Happy Tuesday, y'all. Y'all come on in here. Say, hey, what's up? Let me know that you're here. It's Tuesday, y'all. I figured I would come live and addressed. Come live and address Abeka's most recent. Hey, Deshaun. Hey, Kathleen. Hey, Portia. I figured I would come live and address Abeka's most recent response into the situation that's going on with Jacob. Hey, Esther. It's easier for me to do it live versus doing it in the comments. Good morning. Hey, y'all. Happy Tuesday. Hey, from South Texas. Hey, Charity. Hey, girl. Okay, so listen, the first thing I want to say is before I get into that, thank you to all of you guys that have signed the petition, that have commented, shared, liked, whatever the case may be, because you have stepped out and put your 2 cents in, 3 cents in, 20 cents in, whatever. It has definitely made an impact and a difference. What I can say to you is that besides this being a true issue that needs to be fought, this particular family is near and dear to my heart. For personal reasons, this is someone that I know. Personally, I know the mom, I know the family, and I know that they are amazing. I know that they do their best to follow the rules, to walk with the word of God. I know their heart. I know who they are. Their situation is just, this particular situation is, it's just not right. And so, on top of that, right, let me just put that out there. So yes, there is a personal connection with this family. And so they are near and dear to my heart. This is unfair. And I would fight for anyone. If you see me on my personal page, I try to keep this type of stuff off of my business page, for specific reasons, because I can get very emotional and attached to it. But these people mean something to me. This family, they mean something to me. And, so that is why I put my word out there. Right. So it meant something to me because of personally, right? But the second thing is that I've always mentioned that the homeschooling world is not fair for people of color. It's definitely not fair for us that we get treated really different. I've been very loud about that, right? And so I felt this was important for our community, and I felt this was important for the family that I care about. Okay. So that's why this is on my page. That's why I'm pushing it. That's why I'm getting involved. That's what's happening. Okay. So, let's just make sure we're all on the same page with that. Now, to address Abeka's response. Now, I personally have not spoken with Abeka. Abeka has not reached out or contacted me, which is fine. I know that there is a person that is also an influencer that has personally reached out to Abeka. I reached out to Abeka as well, but did not get very much information. They were very guarded. They really didn't have any type of they didn't want to talk to me at all, pretty much. What I will say is that the influence person that I know that called and talked to Abeka hung up the phone in that person's face. I know that. Okay. So let me just put that out. I never got an email response. I haven't gotten anything. Me personally, even from all the emails, I sent my email from every single email I own. I sent an email to Abeka personally. I never got a response. And so what I will say is that they don't have to respond to me, right? They do need to respond to the Rush family. And so I'm okay with that. Now, what I will say is that I appreciate that Abeka has recognized that this is an issue and the rule was insensitive, and that they have changed the rule, basically, saying no dreads, that now dreads are allowed. But it's kind of a pacifying situation. And the reason why I'll explain this to you is because you can have locks, right? But they cannot be on your forehead. They can't be on your ears. They can't be on your shoulders. Okay. And here's the thing. If you are a person of color, if you have hair, locks, or whatever, let's just talk about Jacob. Forget that. Okay. Jacob's locks are thick. They're very thick and they are long. If Jacob, tries to pull them back. So the locks are here. If Jacob tries to pull them back behind his ears, because the lock, each individual lock is so thick, he's going to have a big ponytail right there in the back. So there's technically, he can try to pull it back from his ears, but there's really no way that that hair is going to be pulled back from his ears. Okay. The second thing that I want to address is the fact about the shoulders. Okay. So the hair cannot touch the shoulders. The thing about it with locks is that he can pull his hair back again, but it's still going to touch his shoulders. That's still going to happen. And that's because of the nature of a lock. If you've ever, and again, I'm saying this flat out, I appreciate that Abeka has stepped out and said, our apologies, our comment was insensitive, or our rule was insensitive. Well, here's what we'll do. But honestly, it did all it did was pacify. So he can wear his locks, but they can't touch his ears and they can't touch his shoulders. If you look at the picture, his locks are long, which he took years to grow. And if you've ever experienced locks in any type of way, my son has smaller locks. The only reason why my personal son has well, both of my sons have long hair, but listen, my son Deuce that has locks, the only reason why his hair doesn't touch like his ears or whatever the case may be, and he can pull it back, is because of how long. I got you, chick, and I will send it to you. So anyway, the reason why my son's hair will be okay is because his is shaved all right here. Okay, his is shaved all right here. So my son Deuce could pull his hair back and put it back, but he would have to pull it in a bun to keep it from touching his shoulders. Again, his locks are a lot smaller, so that's an option. But Jacob would not. That's not an option for Jacob. Like, y'all. So I appreciate what Abeka has done. Abeka has reached out to the family. I talked to his mom yesterday personally. I've been in contact with the family, and we appreciate, and you know what, let me stop speaking for them. I appreciate that they have said, you know what, that rule was insensitive, but them saying that all it did was pacify, it did not fix the issue. Okay. And so I've been quiet trying to figure out how to respond and how to say what I needed to say. You guys are sending me the screenshot of what Abeka said, and I appreciate it. But it was just easier, instead of responding to a bunch of different posts and messages, it was easier to come live. So now I'm going to go through the comments and answer some questions. Okay. Y'all, thank you so much for joining me. Share. This is the update and the response to Abeka's, let's see. Let me go all the way back, y'all. These comments are moving fast. Hey, girl. Hey. Hey, Ariel. Hey, DeMarie. Hey, Raquel. Good to see y'all. Hey, Sherilyn. Hey. I'm in there on time for once. Hey, Sherilyn. Let's see. Charity said same. They are homeschoolers, so they are family, period. No explanation needed. I appreciate that. Got an email response with apology and a change of policy. True. So according to what I saw, the policy has been changed. So the policy originally was no locks, no braids. Now the policy has been changed. Like, it doesn't say no locks. It just says that they can't touch the forehead. They can't touch the ear. They can't touch the shoulder. But again, if you have locks or you're familiar with locks in any kind of way, the hair pretty much does what it wants to do. And I'm not saying like you can shape it, you can style it, but say for instance, you have a child who has styled their hair where it comes towards their face. If you try to, and I have to add something to that. Let me put a pin in that. Somebody remind me, say you put a pin in something, you put a pin. But if, say for instance, the way that you styled it, your locks are coming forward on your forehead, you can't just remove those from your forehead. The hair starts to grow in its natural, in that pattern that you have started it in. Okay. So say for instance, Jacob, who has been growing his locks for years, and I'm just saying this for instance, he's been growing his locks for years and they're going to the side like this. He can pull it back like this, but all up here in the root is still going to go this direction. So you may have locks going like this, you may have locks going like this, but all of this right here at the root is still going to be going the direction. The locks may be pulled back, but this right here may still hang right here on his thing. Now, the pin with that is that another issue that they mentioned is that it all has to fit underneath the cap. Again, if you have natural hair, even my hair that is not locked, there are tricks and tools that we use to make our hair fit under the cap. For women, especially if I was going to wear my natural, I would put a little headband on like glued to my cap, put my cap on, and the headband would go underneath. But my hair would be all over the place because that's how it is naturally. There is no way Jacob is going to be able to fit all of that hair underneath that cap, period. Like, period, you guys. Hey, Arlene. Hey, Ariana. Hey, Christy. Hey, girl. Chunky, exactly. What are we supposed to do with that? Exactly. So if you have, again, like my son, Deuce has smaller locks, and then all of this is shaved. So this right here is shaved, and then back here is shaved. So he can move his locks a lot better because they're smaller and because all of this is shaved. But Jacob does not have that option. His hair is not shaved all right here, and then his locks are thicker. So it's not going to fit or work the way that it is, the way they think that it's going to. Is this for every demographic? Because I'm pretty sure Jesus had a glorious head of hair. Charity, I'm not going to comment. I love you though. Hey, Nola. No, it's not enough. We use Abeka and my 5-year-old daughter has locks. No way she'll be able to pull her locks back and follow those guidelines in 12 years. We are done. Yeah, see? And that's the thing, guys. That's why I say it's a pacifier, right? Right? And I know that one particular video I did kind of go off on Abeka, but out of respect for the family and what the cause is, I'm going to stop and remain more neutral as far as that's concerned, but I am going to hold them accountable. So again, I'm not going to do my personal feelings about the curriculum because I'm just not going to do that. I'm going to stay focused on what the issue is. I look at their policy. Even our girls with braids or thick hair would not pass their guidelines. It needs to be changed, period. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying, you guys. Although they have apologized for the insensitivity of the rule still does not fix the issue or the problem. If you are a black person that has locks or natural hair or anything to that effect, we have to change the hair that God gave us to fit their standards. And that is an issue and that is a problem. Okay. Now, let me put a pause here, okay? There is a comment on my post. I'm going to ask you guys to stop interacting with her. I'm not going to say her name. I'm going to ask you to stop interacting with her. It is very apparent that she, you know what? I'm not even going to say anything negative about her. What I'm going to say is I'm going to ask you to stop interacting with her. Her beliefs are her beliefs for whatever reason. They are not my beliefs. I will side with God. And first of all, God is the one who made this beauty. All this beautiful, he made it. And I don't think it's fair that man-made rules can determine when, what, how, where I wear my hair when God made it. And she doesn't get to come in my comments and be disrespectful and use the Bible as a weapon, stating that she's using the word of God and that the word of God causes for short hair in certain reasons and instances. And that's why she believes that we are out of order. I'm going to kindly ask you, if you are a Guru Click member, I'm going to kindly ask you to stop interacting with me because you know what, I was getting ready to say something negative. Just stop interacting with her. Let's just stop doing it. Okay. Real talk. I heard that. This is the Christian Reformed way. I grew up in that denomination and it's very controlling and shallow. The complete opposite of what Jesus Christ exhibited. And okay. And so again, I'm trying to be nice, okay, and stay focused on what the goal is. I will not dog Abeka. I will not go off on Abeka any more than I already have. What I will say is that the rule that they have changed does not fix the problem. It is a pacifier, okay? It doesn't fix the problem. Hey, Jamila. Hey, Alexis. Sounds like the Mormon church you grew up in. No comment. It depends on the hair texture too. I have small micro locks and together the hair is still very thick. Exactly. Jamila, you are absolutely correct. There are different types of locks. And I think maybe that's probably more so the issue is that they have apologized for the rule, but I still don't think they have asked them flat out, like, how can we fix this for people just like you? Like, how do we make this acceptable? And I'm not saying that they need to. Yeah, I am saying that they should ask that because there are obviously in the comments, there are other people of color, there are other black families that have the same issue and would still not be able to graduate. And again, to answer a question that was sent to me, he will get his diploma. He will not be allowed to walk in the graduation. Well, the walk in the graduation is a part of the celebration of all the work that he has done. And so I don't think that's fair. Okay. Hey, Arnita, I have seen people do a takedown and relock in style. you can absolutely comb out your locks, okay? And then redo that. But y'all understand how much work goes into that? Like it takes weeks to comb out locks, possibly months, depending upon how long they are, how many you have, how thick they are. Yes, locks can be combed out, and you can start the process all over. However, Jacob, from what I remember, Jacob has been growing his hair for years. Is it fair to tell him to comb out his lock? And when I say years, guys, I mean it's been a while. It's been a while. Hey, Haley, I glued a headband to mine. There was no way it would pop off. Exactly. A headband would work. Thank you for clarifying. My husband has shaved sides too, but the whole ear shoulder thing is rough. So no straight down the back either, just impossible stuffed upwards against physics, basically. Well, so again, it doesn't have to be upwards, but it would have to be pulled back into, I guess, I don't know, it wouldn't be a ponytail because it couldn't be a ponytail. So maybe, I don't even know if it could be a bun, because it says in the rules, and I don't know if they removed that in the original rules, it says no ponytails, no buns on the male side. So Jacob, in essence, would still have to cut part of his locks off. Okay. Hey, Kristen. Yep, and that's why we're fighting for the 5-year-old. I'm just saying, I had hair to my butt. No way I could have gotten it under a cap. Exactly. She needs prayer. Yeah, y'all stop interacting with her. And I know y'all going hard in the paint just because it's so unbelievable that a black person is in my comments telling me that y'all, and she has shared the post on her page, made comments about me. There's somebody in her comments making comments about me. Oh, you gotta love the woke people. Like, this isn't an issue of being woke. Like, this is not what this is at all. Like, that's not what I've never claimed to be a part of the woke movement. I've never said I'm woke. All I'm saying to you is, this is the hair that grows out of my head. That is the hair that grows out of Jacob's head. Be fair. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. The whole purpose for choosing the homeschool for my family was avoid conformity and encourage our children to grow into themselves, forcing them to look and present themselves a certain way to make others feel more accepting. Comfortable stifles that. Exactly. Oh, you're welcome, Kimberly. I love your cousins. I do. Oh, and you're a Bailey too, so I know what side of the family you're from. She's on that Brad Pitt Jesus, but we will leave sis alone. Hey, Amber, I graduated from Abeka. They make you stand in a line and they check you out to make sure you pass the requirements. So I know for a fact my baby brother would not pass the ridiculous requirements. You guys, it's just not fair. Hey, Brittany. Hey, Sister Williams. Yes. Okay. So the rules changed, but they changed in kind of ish, right? So the rule was no locks, no braids. Now they have taken the no locks part off, but they have put in a part about that the locks can't touch your forehead, your ears, or your shoulders, which would create a problem with most people with locks who had a full head of locks. In essence, Jacob. That would still be an issue for Jacob. They also added that you have to fit the hair underneath the cap, which is not an option. That's not going to work for Jacob. So again, they changed the rule, but it's a pacifier. It did not fix the issue nor the problem. The Most High has woolly hair because he and his people are black. Now that's Bible. Yes, ma'am. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Arija. Hey, Melanie. No, Miss Shawn, they never apologize for anything or only apologize for the term dreadlocks. Ooh, okay. There you go. So they did not apologize to the family, which is the very first person they should have addressed. They didn't have to address the masses. The very first person they should have gone to is Mrs. Rush. That's who they should have went to. Okay? That's who they should have went to. My son would never comb out his locks. I'm sorry. Yeah, my son, mine either. And listen, I would go to bat. I would go hard in the paint if somebody told my son he needed to cut his locks. My son has been growing his locks for about 3 years. 3 years. No. That shouldn't be necessary. It took me 2-3 weeks to comb out my locks. Exactly. He has been growing his hair for 3 years. There you go. So he's been growing it for 3 years. Hey, Talisha, it can be a crown style. Daniela, I don't believe that it can be a crown style because the hat has to fit on top of it. Thank you for the recommendation. Hey, Don Mitra. Hello, and thank you, Jake. Oh, hey. Let's see. You're welcome. That broke my heart. My 5-year-old loves his locks. I couldn't imagine. Exactly. Hey, Nikisha, can we just throw this kid an epic graduation? We shouldn't have to sacrifice. So listen, I'm all for that. Okay. And in the state of Texas, you are considered kind of a private school. So for us, we're going to have to throw my daughter her own graduation. But what I want the family to do is get what they want, right? Jacob has done the work. Jacob has done the work. And y'all know how I feel about that. He has worked hard to earn this. And this is the cherry on top. And it's unfair for him to be to not be a part of that. Let me just put that in there. Unless that's not what he wants. Hey, Natural. That's his hair. Hey, Sarah. He should be able to wear his hair and he should be able to celebrate his accomplishments. Exactly. I know. I'm down for that too. I'm his mom's sister's friend. Oh, that's lovely. Peace, Queen. Yeah. Hey, Natural. All they did was create another loophole of problems. Exactly. So there you go. I came in late, y'all. What's the topic when they cut the wrestler locks or locks in general? I don't know about that. I'm sorry. They don't have to apologize. Are you kidding me? They are too high and mighty. They would never. So I'm not, again, y'all, I'm going to focus on Jacob because that's what this is about. Y'all know how I feel about Abeka, but I'm not going to, and even throughout my coaching, my homeschooling coaching for you guys, I've only hinted to how I felt about Abeka, but never really pushed it. I'm not going to dog them out. It's only about Jacob. I want Jacob to get what he has worked hard for, period. That's it, period. A crown style would be very fitting for his young man and show them his excellence. You're absolutely correct. So for those who don't know, a crown style would be a style that would have some type of like a ring or something to that effect around his hair. But again, even if he did that, like my son, again, and I'm using my son as a reference just because his locks are smaller and he doesn't have as many. When I braid my son's hair around his head, the actual braid ends up being about this thick. And that's with him having not as many locks and not as thick of locks as of Jacob's. Okay. So that still would not work. I cried like a baby when I combed out my locks. Aw. Hey, Christina. Take it to the news. There are others involved in this. So I believe, from what I understand, that the local representative, because Abeka's homeschool or whatever is in Florida, there are some people that have been reached out, have been contacted down there. I've been growing my locks for 27 years. I'm not conforming for no one. My oldest two have locks as well. That are to their butt. Exactly. I'm so proud of him for advocating for himself. Is there a GoFundMe or address we can send cards to? Hey, Demetra, I will ask. His sister is on here. I don't know of a GoFundMe, and I don't think that's what they're asking for. They're just asking for the rules to be changed. But I will ask and see if I can get some information on that. They only said something because Kim Kardashian posted Jacob. What? Are you kidding me? Wow. The graduation cap not gonna fit over a crown. They kill me making. Yeah. So that's where we are. But I figured I would come live and address this personally, do it this way, because because I got that blurb that they put out. I got that in my box a bunch of times. I got that added to comments a bunch of different times. And it was just easier for me to come live and answer the question for you versus me responding to every single thing. So to sum it up, I'm going to jump off of here. You guys are more than welcome to ask any questions that you need to ask. I will answer. But I will answer. First of all, let me just put this out here. Again, I respect the relationship that I have personally with the Rush family. I will only answer questions that they allow me to answer. I will not go into more detail than what they put out. Do I know more about the situation? Yes, but it's not my business to put out there, okay? So if you see me not responding in comments, if you see me not responding to your direct messages, it's out of love and respect for the relationship that I have with the Rush family. If it's not put out there, if I do not have their permission to respond or say what I'm saying, saying, I'm not going to say it. Flat out. Flat out. Even when I posted my response about Abeka's that response from yesterday, I asked for permission and said, okay, this is what I'm going to say. Is this okay? And so I want you to respect that. I would do the same thing for you, right? I'm going to also ask y'all that y'all are beating the family up with messages. And I get it. I understand. But it may be a better way to reach or get your information to them. I'm not sure. I'm not the catalyst for that. But I will definitely reach out to them and say, hey, what would you like to do? But just be mindful. Okay. Be mindful that this is a normal homeschool family trying to live their life. Okay. Let's see. So this is so unfair so many ways. As an educator, none of his accomplishments have been recognized. It's about academic achievement, but yet they are focusing on his appearance. Exactly. Hey, Chantrice, my child is not to GoFundMe, but a Cash App or Zelle, things like that, to send a graduation gift. I will ask that. His sister is on here. His aunt is on here, and I believe his cousin is on here as well. I will ask his mom, or I will ask his sister and see what they say. Y'all, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. This family is amazing. Like, they're extremely humble. And if you want to bless them, I can't imagine they will turn it down, but they would not ask for it, is what I'm saying. So if they truly, if you want to bless them, they would, I'm sure, would accept the blessing, because that is what it is, but they're not asking for that. That's not what they're asking for. Okay. They're asking for you to support as far as the signature and all that stuff, but I definitely will. I will ask. Yes, I will give a recap. No, I'll give a recap, Natural. I'm sorry. Yep, for Jacob, stand strong. Okay. Hey, Tiffany. Okay, so here's the recap real quick before I jump off of here. Abeka made a statement this morning apologizing, and Nia said that they did not apologize to the family for sure. Y'all, it's hot in this car. Sweet Jesus. Hold on. Woo. And I got this sweatshirt on. They made a statement this morning, and the statement that I saw said that they apologized for the insensitive comment about there being no locks. Okay. And what I came on here to say, to explain, was, although I personally, and this is me speaking, not speaking for the family, although I appreciate them saying that the comment was insensitive, the rule was insensitive, it still doesn't solve the problem. They have required Jacob, they have flat out said that the no locks has been removed, so they can have locks, but the hair cannot touch his forehead, his ears, or his shoulders. If you're familiar with locks in any kind of way, there's absolutely, oh, also, and that the locks have to fit under the cap. If you're familiar with locks in any kind of way, the way that you design them to grow, they will grow. So say, for instance, Jacob has his locks growing to the down here to the side, straight down like this. That's the way the locks are going to go. Even if he takes them and pulls them back this way, the roots are still going to be thick and they're going to grow down like this. So it's probably going to touch his hair. There's no way for him to pull it back and it not touch his shoulders. He's been growing his hair for 3 years. He cannot wear a bun. He cannot wear a ponytail. So that would require him, in order for it to not touch his shoulders and possibly not touch his ears, he would have to cut his locks. Okay. The second thing is that the hair must fit underneath the cap. There is no way that his hair is going to fit underneath the cap with locks. Period. So again, my response to Abeka's statement is, I hear you. I see what you're saying. I see what you're doing, but it still does not fix the problem. That's what it boils down to. Okay. Sometimes letting others bless you is being, exactly. I know. Me too, Loretta. Yes, the Crown Act is affecting where they live. Yes, it is. And I'm sure that they have contacted their lawyers and put out a statement, a legalistic statement to protect them in that instance. Which is why it says specifically they took out the no locks part, but then there's still the criteria about the locks. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's still hindering and holding them back. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm going to jump off of here. Listen, I don't know what I will do after this. You're welcome. I will say after this as well. Again, the person that is in my comments that is showing her tail, her behind, all in the name of Jesus. Y'all stop interacting with her. Let her talk to herself. Like, y'all just leave her be. Let her be. Like, because I told her last night I'm done interacting with her, because at that point I knew when I went to her page and saw her page and where she worshiped, which is an evangelical let me stop. Okay, let me stop. Y'all stop interacting with her. Okay, the focus and the goal is for Jacob to be able to walk with the God-given hair that God blessed him with, right? That's the goal. Okay, that is the focus. Stop interacting with foolishness and shenanigans. That's a nutshell. That's in a nutshell. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm gonna jump off of here. You guys have an absolutely wonderful Tuesday. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.